Bah, humbug! Well, that's too strong. It isn't my favorite holiday, though. Welcome back, my fellow agents. It is I, X7, your host of Zenorama, the podcast of heroes and monsters, your co-host of GD Explanations. Today is Tuesday, 12/23/2025. So it's 2 days before Christmas, 1 day before Christmas Eve. And I thought I'd review what I used to think was Mr. Magoo's terrifying Christmas Carol. Having watched it again, I seem to have remembered a scene that is not present at all. Maybe it was from a different animated version of A Christmas Carol. Having said all that, please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know. What do you think about this? One of the earliest Christmas specials on television that was done from 1962. Let me know what you think about it. Do you like it? Do you dislike it? What do you think of A Christmas Carol and how many times it's been done to death? There's rarely any new. It's just hard to top some of the good ones, but it doesn't make people not want to try. So, having said all that, let's get up to the next page. There we go. I really like the stylistic animation, and we'll get into that a bit. So, and if you could, please watch a little. To repeat myself, sounds like a hiccup there, didn't it? If you could, please watch a couple seconds longer, a couple minutes longer. Heck, watch all the way to the end. There's lots of fun things I throw in here and there, my witty intersections. So, having said all that, are you ready to watch this, or at least get a review of it? All right, let's roll.
Christmas to you, sir.
Christmas? Ha! Bah, humbug!
We haven't had a hymn since I can tell you when.
It's Mr. Magoo's Christmas Carol, Sunday at 12:30 on 11 Alive.
So we start out right with the title, and it looks great. And it's a Henry G. Saperstein production. This was one of the last cartoons that they actually produced here in 62, and it was for television. It debuted debuted on NBC December 18th, 1962. Let's see the reception here. 4.5 stars out of 5. Thomas from the New York Times, because I can't say that last name. Not merely a superior musical version, it is a pioneer among animated Christmas traditions. So I'd say that's pretty good. And it was shown every year for years. But as I'll explain here later, I would watch it because I like Mr. Magoo, although I wished he'd have got some glasses. But it is Jim Backus, naturally. Freely adapted, directed by Abe Levitow. So we just get all this that he's starring in the movie, in the play version, the musical. I did not remember this. I don't remember the last time I saw this. And he's going to the theater there. And of course, he's nearsighted, so he walks into Stanley's restaurant, gets the old bum's rush. They must be used to him. There's his long-suffering producer. Let's see if I can find names here. Let's see. Stage director is Paul Frees. What a surprise. He's several voices. There's a lot of doubling up on the voices here. And unfortunately, Mr. Magoo manages to drop a sandbag on his long-suffering stage director, probably director in general. And we start out into the movie. So we've got Scrooge and, the ghost. Wait, that's not what I wanted to do there. Go away, please. Thank you very much. Who played old Christmas Past? I'm looking to see. Geez, it doesn't tell me who played it. Jacob Marley. There we go. Geez, I was drawing a blank. All the things. Even the Teen Titans did a Christmas Carol version in their swinging 70s or early 70s, late 60s comic book. See Scrooge being Scrooge. So now he's no longer Mr. Magoo, he's Scrooge. And he does Jim Backus is so good. There's just no. There's his late partner, Jacob Marley, who looks like a miser in and of himself, but not a heat miser, maybe a cold miser. A couple of men show up from the local charities, and want to know how much Scrooge will give them. And he says no, he's not giving them anything. Bob Cratchit, is there freezing because Scrooge won't pay. Look at there's ice and everything. Labor laws, you gotta love them. These are the people that owe him money. There's a song. There are. Let me say. Look here, 11 songs. A couple of them are reprises. It's great to be back on Broadway. Ringle, ringle. Lots of them. So he's got to go home because it's Christmas and Scrooge is counting his money, and he's reluctantly. This really follows the book, and it's a very concise telling in 52 minutes. So I don't even remember what this. Oh, this kid might have been singing Christmas carols, and as on the doctor's note on the TARDIS said, carolers. Gee, many Christmas caroler. I'll try one more time. Carolers will be criticized. Cratchit, for some reason, likes the old man, but he's not helping him. But it tain't a fit night out for man nor beast. I did find this version on the Internet Archive. It's available on DVD for not very much if you want it. I don't think I'll probably watch it again it's probably been 30 years, 35 years maybe. Yeah, maybe even longer. But he starts seeing Jacob's face here and there, dun dun dun, in the fireplace. He's like, "Oh, I've had some sour gruel. Going to bed." But some wind blows the light out, and there he is. And now, let's go a little further here. And he's like, "No."
This is your grandfather, Arthur boy, back from the cold, dark grave.
But you're dead.
I just said back from the cold, dark grave. Try to pay attention, okay? I'm sorry. I've come here.
Wait a minute. This isn't going to be another one of those Charles Dickens Christmas Carol things, is it?
Uh-huh.
Oh, boy.
What?
I said, oh, boy.
Well, he believes in Jacob Marley's spirit now. Jacob says he shows him his future being, chained to money and floating around for eternity, I guess. It's a little vague here. I've never read the book. Probably should someday. I do. UPA had the most distinct animation style. And it's I have a collection of the theatrical Magoo shorts along with his 1001 Arabian Nights, which will be very interesting to watch because I don't know that I've ever seen it. But I just really like their style. I mean, so different than what you see Warner Brothers or Disney. It's pretty much it. And, whatever current stuff is popular. Jacob flies off after warning him that he will be visited by the strike of one. He will be visited by 3 spirits. And if he doesn't change his ways, he's doomed as doomed can be, I must say. So he goes to sleep. Clock strikes 1, and there is the ghost of Christmas past. Yeah, Christmas past. And he's going back to when Ebenezer. Oh, no, actually, this is the ghost of Christmas present. Jeez. I get them confused. I thought they'd go present, past, future, but they don't. But so the ghost of Christmas present takes him to the Cratchit's house. There's Gerald McBoing, aka Tiny Tim, or Tiny Tim, aka Gerald McBoing, as Tiny Tim. He had his own show back then as well, where he just communicated in sounds. He can speak English here. Now, lots of familiar voices reside here. Gerald McBoing was. Tiny Tim was Joan Gardner, who we've seen already here in, what was she in that we've seen? Valley of the Dinosaurs. Yes, we haven't seen her in that. We've heard her in that. All new Scooby and Scrappy Doo show. Bleh, you probably want to forget that, though. Gay Prairie and this. And she also wrote Beach Girls and the Monster, of all things. So good for her, but she voices a lot of the women here. There's two other women, but so they're singing a song here, wishing for a tree and everything. And Bob is like, just be thankful for what we have. But Ghost of the Christmas Present shows that Tiny Tim may not be there next year. Dun dun dun. And he's going, humbug, let him go. And then we cut out, it's fade to black here. So, and now the Ghost of Christmas Past shows up. Let's see if I can find out who that is. That is Joan Gardner as well. And Scrooge doesn't want to go out because it's cold, but he's like, take my hand. And then he's ethereal, so he can't feel anything. You know how this goes. But he goes back to where he's the lonely boy. And in some versions, I think, see, once again, I don't remember where he's a lonely schoolboy, but he's also been an orphan in some things who was abused in more modern day tellings where it explains why he's such a crank. Um, so go here, and then he sings a song with himself, alone in the world, and then we flash forward a few years to Fezziwig and Company, his first job, and they had a great boss there, also played by Paul Frees, who lets him go early and go to a party. Now look at Ebenezer's he's a ginger. So there they are playing the fiddle, and he's dancing with Belle, who loves him, and for some reason, and he loves her. Well, who blame him? But they're having what a night, what a boss. They just love him. But the Ghost of Christmas Past says, my time is short. We have one more time. Belle dumps him because he's so greedy now. Somehow he's turned to greed. He's worshiping the big G, but the wrong G. Greed. Oh, I wish I had the church lady saying that. So she dumps him, and leaves. Now he misses her, and he's like, what can we do? Uh-oh. And now the Ghost of Christmas Yet to Come, or what I always call the Ghost of Christmas Future, shows up. Now this is the terrifying part. I'll tell you when I get there. You show people laughing at him now that he's dead, using a snuff box in a kid's movie. And these people have stolen all of his goods and are pawning them to this guy. They have a song, which is pretty fun. Despicable. We're despicable. They're not minions, though. And then they're singing their song. They go visits the Cratchits because Tiny Tim's gonzo. And now we go to the cemetery. Now this is the part that scared me. And what I remember is when the Ghost of Christmas Future shows Ebenezer his own thing, he also showed him bodies, opened his cloak, and there were dead bodies under him. I may have conflated that with some of the other versions. Who knows? That's why I never watched this part. After that, like first or second time, I'm like, no. Now remember, I was a young agent, maybe 7 or 6, 7, 8. I don't remember when I first saw it, but wow, did that one. So then the curtain calls because he's like, let me, and he sings Alone in the World again, and then the curtain falls. So now he awakens on Christmas Day, and he feels lighter than air, like an angel. He can fly. He terrifies a horse. And then he tells this, he's hanging from there like a loon. He's like, go get the turkey, the one that's bigger than me? Oh, yes. Deliver it to the Cratchits, but don't tell him who. Grabs his money out of his purse, which seems to be Mary Poppins' purse, and off he goes. He pays for the turkey and shakes its hand. Oh, and there is a comment in here that he's too cheap to buy spectacles, which is why he's nearsighted and doesn't see anything properly. Now, I don't know if Quincy Magoo is that cheap, but or just is in denial. Who knows? In all the cartoons I've watched, he just won't admit it. So, but there he goes. He gives the little boy a crown, which I guess is a lot of money. He finds the people at the charity man, and gives them a bag of money. They're like, whoa, what happened to him? Now remember, this was all very fresh when this book was written. It's a 1840. It's a novella. It's not even that long. 1843. I mean, this was brand new back then, so nobody had done that to death in the last 100 years. Let's just go with that because television wasn't quite out there yet. But geez, I hate it when it does that. I don't know why. Scrooge shows up and tells him he needs to be working, and then he's like, "Aha, gotcha! Here's your money. Everyone have money. I'll help you out now, so you can take care of Tiny Tim, and so his heart has grown 3 sizes that day. Everyone lifts a cup of cheer. Something. I mean, these 3 kids are probably underage. God bless us, everyone, says Gerald McBoing Boing. And that is the end. Yeah, there's the end. Everyone comes out to take stage bows. The audience is thunderously applauding. And that's it. He comes back out. Everyone bows. I miss seeing plays. I need to do that more often. Of course, Scrooge comes back out for his encore and is facing the wrong way, and the cast tells him to turn around. He brings out his poor director, who gets crushed because Magoo does things. Now, this later on, they did more movies like this. Maury Amsterdam. So there we have our executive producer. We all know Mr. Saperstein from his affiliation with Toho and many, many other movies. This series, they turned this into a series later on. What did I tell you here? UPA later produced a television series called The Famous Adventures of Mr. Magoo, in which Magoo portrayed other literary characters. The series ended soon after UPA was unable to mass produce cartoons for television. But so this is one of the really early Christmas ones. Here's our voices: Maury Amsterdam, all these people, just great voice actors. And that is it. So our next episode here, let's turn on the outro music, will be issue 4 of the Seaboard Atlas Movie Monsters periodical. And the final issue, though nobody knew it at the time because nobody knew what was going on back then. We didn't have the internet. All right, my fellow agents, until our next assignment, this is X7 signing off and phasing out.
The Thing from Another World. This is the spot where it was first seen, and these are the first people who saw the thing. How did it get here? Where did it come from? What is it?
That thing's alive, sir. I saw it. I shot at it. I hit it. I know it. Nothing happened. It just kept coming at me, making a noise like a cat mewing. Captain, it was awful. If you could have seen those hands and those eyes. Captain, you've got to do something about it. You've got...
Is it human or inhuman? Earthly or unearthly? Baffling questions, astounding questions that not even the world's greatest scientific minds can answer.
Gentlemen, do you realize what we've found? A being from another world, as different from us as one pole from the other. If we can only communicate with it.
See? What happened, Doctor?
In the greenhouse, I was working. I couldn't see.
Yeah.
Then a blast of cold air, and I heard Olson scream.
Come here. Get in the corner. Now hold this in front of you. Stay by the light switch.
1.9. Needles hit the top.